Okay, so we're still here. And so now we're gonna work into flexion of the spine and extension. So we're gonna stretch your arms up just as far as they can. This is like reminiscent of breaststroke that we do on the belly. And we'll bring your arms, reaching the shoulders up all the way through the fingertips. Bring your arms around behind you and stretch up into the chest. Good. And then bring them into your sides and reach up and all the way around and back and stretching up into the chest. Stack the spine and up and around and reach. Alleviates those hip flexors for a minute and stretch and around, reach and back and up and reach. Good, stay as tall as you can. We'll do one more. Reach, reach, reach to the ceiling and around and stretch. Good. And we'll pull those knees in and we'll just stretch the hip flexors a little bit. Let them relax there. Okay, so now we're going to just make your way onto your back. Make sure I'm in the frame there. And we're going to have your knees bent, feet on the floor. Okay, and so for any of these, this first set, I'm going to have my arms hovering like when we do hundreds. If you want to have one or both hands behind your head, you can, with your fingers either out to the sides or with your hands stacked. Just don't lace your fingers and pull on your head like that. But I'm going to have mine down here. Okay, so we're just going to bring the knees to tabletop to start. And then from there, bring them out into a frog. So the heels are together and the knees are just gently open. Pretend you're in your ropes. And we're going to come up into a hover with the arms, into a curl. Okay, and we're going to stretch the legs out, just like in your ropes, and we'll cross 1, 2, 3 together and bend and stretch. 1, 2, 3 together, 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 bend and stretch. One more. 1, 2, 3 together, bend and stretch. Pull the knees in and your head can come down. We'll bring your feet back to the floor a little bit closer to your glutes. And your arms can be out to the side here or down here, it doesn't matter. I like to have them stretched out. And we're going to extend one leg pretty low like this, so it's significantly lower than your other knee. Okay, and as we exhale, we're going to keep your hips even and lift your hips until the legs are even, so the knees match and lower. The leg and the hips lift together as one. So we've made that a little bit harder for that left glute by lengthening the lever. 3, 4, hips stay even. 5, you can check. 6, 7, pressing through the heel of the left foot. 8, 9, one more. 10, and down. Okay, and then we'll extend and hover your left foot. And exhale, squeeze the glute on your left, on your right, pressing through the heel. 1, and press 2, and press 3. Press 4. Press 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. We're lifting the hips with that leg right up off the floor. Good. And down. And bend your knee. Good. Okay, now we're going to roll to the side and come up. Okay, and we're going to be on one hand, one knee, the other leg will extend out. You know, you can't quite see my whole self, that's okay. And we want not to lock this elbow. It should just be a little bit soft. And your body should be long, so we're not leaning forward or back. I'll take your right hand, it can be in front of your forehead or behind your head, whichever you like. We're going to lift this leg and we'll pulse it forward twice, flex it, stretch it back. Pulse, pulse, stretch back. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. Pulse, pulse, stretch it back. Pulse, pulse, flex 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 it back. One more. Pulse, pulse, flex it back. Bring the knee in. Stretch your glutes a little bit in the middle, and we'll go to the other side. Whoops, kicking the ball. Okay, so bring that leg up and pulse, pulse, flex it back. 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 Pulse, pulse, stretch back. Pulse, pulse. Good, last 2. And back. Last one. Back. In and stretch. Okay, then we're back to your back again. Okay, and then same thing as before. You can hover your arms or you can have them supporting your head. We'll start with the legs at tabletop. Come up into your curl. Extend the legs up. Externally rotate. And we're going to bend your knees out to a frog. Extend them out and hinge up. Bend and out and up. Again, like sometimes we do with the ropes. And out. Hinge up. Bend. Stretch out and up. And bend. Out and up. This time bend. Stretch them wide. Come around and up. Bend. Stretch them wide. Come around together and up. Bend. Stretch them wide. Come around and up and bend. Stretch them wide. Around and up. One more bend. Stretch them wide. Come around together and up. We'll bend your knees. Your head can come down. Okay, and we're back to the bridges with the long lever leg. We'll extend one leg out Remember, your hips and your leg are coming up as one. So it's like from your rib cage down to your heel is one long line. And we'll exhale and lift and lower and lift and lower and 3 and up and 4 down and 5 down and 6 down and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Good. Okay, and then we can switch. Stand that leg, feel your balance across your hips, and exhale, lift, and 2, oops, got a little high that time, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Very good. Okay, then we're going to come back up to our knees. Same position with that side knee. Just keeping things moving so you stay warm here. Okay, and this time we're going to be doing a point with the toe on the floor, and then we're going to flex as we lift. Point and flex. You can bring that hand back up, point and flex. Your leg might not want to go very high, that's okay. You'll feel it. Point and squeeze, and point, flex up, and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, point and flex. Feel that all the way up in here. Flex, point and flex, and 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 one more. Okay, and we'll go to the other side. Okay, and we'll bring your hands back. Remember not to lock your elbow. If it hurts your knee to be on it, you can lay on your side and do these lifts too. So point, flex up, point, flex up, point, flex up, point, flex up, point and flex up, point, flex up, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, and one more. Up. Okay, good. Stop in the middle and stretch. And we're back down for our third set with abdominals. And our last curl is also like being in the ropes. We're going to do Peter Pans, or that oppositional knee and leg. So we can bring your arms again with the hover. This time I think I'm going to put my hands behind my head. We're going to come up and we can start in tabletop, and then we can go to frog to make it easy to start. And we're going to extend one leg out while we bend the other. We're trying to keep the hips very even. And switch. And switch. And switch. Let's see, are we doing that right? I'm sorry, start this way. I'm messing it up. And we'll go this way, and then come to the middle, and this way. Sorry, I made it more confusing. If we stretch out in between, then we don't get messed up. And open, together, and open, together, open, together, open, together, open, together, and open. There we go. Perfect. And open, together, open, together, open, together in the middle, open, together in the middle. And we'll do one more here, one more with the left knee bent, together, frog in, and head down. Good. Sorry about my little brain fart there. About the ropes, I got confused. Okay, we'll have your arms out to the side, and we'll extend the right leg out. We have one more set of these long levers. Really pushing into the heel of your left foot, really make that left bottom cheek work. Exhale, squeeze and lift your body, lift the leg together and down. And lift and down. Lift, down. Good. Everything lifts, everything lowers to the floor. Everything lifts, everything lowers to the floor. And lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lower. All right, last two. Good. Okay, other side. That heel is really driving into the floor. Feel your glutes contract before you even start. And exhale, lift, and down, and lift, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and down. Good. Okay, and last one with the kneeling. Okay, left hand down, right arm out, or right leg out. Remember, we're in a straight line, so we're not leaning forward or back. And this time we're going to slightly internally rotate the hip. So our toe starts kind of pointed down toward the floor. And we're going to lift the leg, and we're going to do circles, 10 in a row each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you can lay on your side. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, other side. If it bothers you to be on your knee, you can lay on one side and do your circles that way. Okay. Internal rotation and circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and in. And stretch. Okay. So now we're going to come back to the seated position that we started with. We'll see if maybe it feels a little bit easier to sit up tall since we've warmed and stretched everything out. Okay, and we're going to go into a saw. So that's similar to the twist that we did. It's combining the flexion forward and the twist, the two things we started with. So we're going to open your arms back out to the sides. And we're gonna rotate, and then we reach forward for the outside of that front foot. And we're practicing hinging at the hip rather than bending over with the upper back. Come back up and center. Rotate, hinge, back up, center. Rotate, hinge, back up, center. Rotate, hinge, back up, center, and rotate and hinge, back up and center, and rotate and hinge, back up and center. One more right, back up, center. One more left, hinge, back up and center. Good, and then we'll pull your knees in, and we're gonna do 10 rolling like a ball. So if you have a sensitive tailbone, you might wanna double up your mat. And we're gonna do these as controlled as possible. So you can pull your knees in, and we're gonna find your balanced position on your sits bones. Okay, so we've got a gentle C curve in the back, and we're gonna tuck and roll back. And when you come up, find your balance spot. And we'll do 10. Back and 2. Pull the belly in, and 3. And back, and 4. Trying not to let your feet touch the floor. 5. Back, and 6. And back, and 7. And back, and 8. Back, and 9. Back, and 10. We've been doing those a lot. I bet they're getting a lot easier. Good. Okay. So then you can extend your legs all the way out, and we're going to do roll-ups. So this is where, if you want to use your ab pad, place it right behind your back with the skinny part right at your tailbone. And these help you do a really perfect, they really work on your form. If you don't want to use it, that's okay. Just make sure that you're able to feel that sensation of one vertebrae at a time. Okay? But also, if you want to use your ring in your hands, you can. Don't have to. We'll take a breath in, and we'll exhale, tuck, feeling each vertebrae touch the floor slowly, 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 and back. Big breath in, and exhale, slowly, 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 and stretch over. That's how fast we want to do these. Okay, inhale, prepare, exhale, roll back. Slowly, 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 and pause about halfway down. Pulling that belly button in, shoulders relaxed, feeling the tension. Find a spot where your belly muscles shake and hold it. Good. Just feel that pulling deeper and deeper. Go a little further and hold. Good. Getting those awkward spots stronger. Go a little further. And slowly go the rest of the way down. And when you come up, we don't want any hitching. If you're hitching, then use your ab pad. Exhale, roll up slowly. Slow, 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 slow. Also, if you're hitching, practice that lowering that we just did where you stop periodically. And exhale, roll back slowly. Releasing the shoulders, going as slowly as you can. So you can feel each bone touching the mat. And back. You won't be able to go up as slowly as you can go down at first, but that's what you can practice. Practicing doing the lowering will make you better at slowly lifting. And stretch forward. And we'll just do that one more time. We're gonna have 2 more sets to practice it, so get them good and worked. And back. Good, and this time once you're back, you can roll over onto your belly. We're gonna work the muscles the opposite direction. Small out of the way. So we're just gonna do some swimming, and we think about hundreds. So how when we breathe hundreds, like breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5. It's that same kind of thing, but we're gonna be flutter kicking our arms and legs. So we stretch all the way out like Superman, or like a skinny starfish. And we're gonna be, once you start moving your arms and legs, it just looks like this. And we're gonna take a big breath in, and we're gonna lengthen and lift so you're high centered on your pelvis, arms and legs are lifted, long neck, and we're gonna breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, last 5 and out 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Okay, and then we're just gonna roll right back around. 10 more rolling like a ball. Moving right along. Okay. And we'll just do 10 in a row. Knees tucked up. If you want more of a challenge on this one, put your hands on the outsides of your legs and actively press against them. So we're using all of these muscles here too. So when you roll back, you're using your abductors. And 2. And 3. And all the way up after 10. Then you can stretch your legs out and go right into your roll-ups, and we'll do 8. I'll let you go at your own pace, so you know what you're looking for, what we're trying to accomplish. I'm just gonna watch for a second. Good. Good one, Amy. Job, Amy. Good. I like the roll-ups and the waterfall. That's nice. Looks very serene.
Do it again. Do one for me, please.
Slowly, slowly all the way down, Rolf, and all the way up. I would be using I'd put the ab pad behind you. Okay, then after those, then we're gonna roll over onto your belly. Into your Superman. Legs reaching long, arms reaching long, neck is long. And we're gonna start flutter kicking for hundreds. So we will lift your chest, lift your legs, very long, no knee bending, and we'll kick. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last in, 2, 4, 5, last out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Put your arms in, and just one more set of those. This time with your rollers, bring your hands in between your legs. We're gonna do 10 of them, 5 and 5. 5 with your arms crossed this way, pushing against your legs. So you're using your adductors, actively trying to push your legs apart while the legs try to push in. 5, cross your arms the other way. Okay, so knees are tucked, pressing in, roll back, and up, still pressing those legs apart. On in, and press, and in, and press, and in, press, and in, and in. And after 5, switch, because it does make a difference. And then pause. Make sure you find your balance each time on those sits bones. Feel your abdominals contract and back. Good. Okay, then into the roll-ups. This time we'll do 6. Use your ab pad. Skinny side goes towards your tailbone. Especially if you're getting tired and so it feels like you're hitching more, then grab the ab pad. Sitting tall. Tuck the tailbone and really imprint one vertebrae at a time into that mat. And when you exhale, we tuck the rib cage down so we don't get any arching. The chin is tucked. Rolling up. Slowly and controlled. 6 times. Good. The ab pads do give a nice thoracic stretch too. Your upper back. You'll probably notice each time you come up and stretch forward over your legs, you're able to go a little bit further because you are getting a nice stretch across the back. We're doing 6 all together before we move on. You got him, Rolf. That's good. Good. Okay. And we can put those aside. Now we're going to move on to some planking. And you can do these from your forearms too, if need be. So we're going to start with hands and feet in a regular plank position. And we're just going to start by, and we just want to watch that the hips don't lift. And we'll start by lifting one leg up, and then we flex both feet. So we kind of hinge back, point both toes, and then switch. Other leg comes up, and we flex and point and switch. Lift the leg, flex, point, and switch. Lift, flex, point, switch. Lift, flex, point, switch. Lift, flex, point, switch. Lift, flex, point, switch. Lift, flex, and point, down. Lift, flex, and point, switch. Lift, flex, and point. One more on each. Flex and point. Lift, flex, and point. And gently down. Shell pose. Come back again. And this time we're going to bend this knee, tabletop, and we'll bring it down just slightly below the other knee, and we're going to lift. Excuse me. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down, bend, flex the foot, lift, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down, bend and stretch. Okay. We'll come to your side. And if your hands can't, if you're not used to planks, or if your body can't support you, you can also be on your side and do some of the leg lift series that we already know, because we're not going to be doing those today. So you can do some leg lifts and take the ring and do the squeezes, clamshells, things like that too. Okay, so then with this one, we're going to sit to your side, and we have the bottom leg will be slightly forward, top leg slightly back. You can stack them. You'll find out after the first one which you like better. We have the legs extended out, left hand here without locking it, and this arm out, and we're going to lift up and really stretch. So we're contracting here and stretching up this part of your waist. Stretch, and we'll let it come down. So you can see if you wanted to stack your feet, it would be a little different, but it's up to you. And we'll come up and over and stretch and down and stretch and down and stretch and down and stretch and down and lift and down and lift. Push that waist up there and down, and we'll do one more. Lift and down. Good. Do the other side. I always forget, bottom legs forward. Okay, and remember not to lock your elbow. Okay, and we'll come up, stretch, 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 and down. And lift. So you'll feel the contraction on your lower oblique and the stretch on the top one. And up, 3, and down. And 4, and down. And 5, down. And 6. We'll do 2 more. 7, and 8. Down. Good. Okay, so then the last thing here, in a reverse plank position, hands can be reaching away from you or to the sides, however feels most comfortable. And kind of forgot what I was going to do, but yeah. So we come up and both knees are bent to start, and then we just extend the leg and it's pointed, and we flex up, point down, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point. Try to keep the hips up, and point, up, and point. One more, and point, and down. Okay, and the other one. Extend, and flex, and point. Flex up, and point. Flex up, and point. Flex up, and point. Flex up.
There is no.
And point. Flex, and point.
There is no active call.
I'm not sure what Alexa wants. Flex, and point. Flex, and point. And flex, point, and down. Good. That's weird. I don't have Alexa on. She just started talking. Okay, so now we're going to go, we'll do that set again. Check out your arms. We're going to do our plank. And even if your arms get tired and you want to go down to forearms, you can do that for the second set. So we'll have your, be on your toes. And we'll lift the right leg and flex your heels, point your toes, switch, lift, flex, point, switch, lift, flex, point, switch, lift. 4, switch, lift, 5, switch, lift, 6, switch, lift, 7, switch, lift, 8, switch, lift, 9, switch, lift, 10, and down, and stretch. Okay, and if you press in with your fingers, that also helps with the wrists. We'll come up onto your plank again, and we'll bend your right knee, flexing the heel, and we'll lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Flex, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Knees stretch. And around to the side. And your legs get to be long, bottom leg in front. Arm out to the side, remember no locking. your legs out, and we'll do 8 nice stretches, stretching the top, contracting the bottom, and up, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down, and 4. You can do these from your knees too. It would look like this. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, another side. Bottom leg forward. Oh, legs stretched out. Okay, and up. First one's always kind of awkward. And down. And 2. Push those hips up. Down. 3. 4. And, whew, and 5. Lost my balance. And 6. Down. And 7. Down. And 8. And down. Good. Last thing before we stretch. Back up into that plank. And this time we'll point up and flex down. Come on up. We'll extend the leg. Point and flex. Point and flex. 2 and flex. 3. Flex and 4. Flex. 5. Flex. 6. Flex. 7. Flex. 8. Flex. 9. Flex and 10. Flex and down. Sorry, my wrists are getting a little bit tired there. And lift those hips and extend. Point. Flex. 2 and flex. 3 and flex. 4 and flex. 5 and flex. 6 and flex. 7 and flex. 8, flex. 9, flex. 10 and flex. Bend and down. Good. And then we can extend your legs the way we started. And we'll pull one leg in to your hip for a runner's stretch. And just allow your body to stretch over that nice long leg. And you'll feel the stretch in your back and your hamstring and your hips. And breathe. Both sides. And we'll bring your legs together and stretch forward. And feel a difference when you're sitting this way You'll notice a difference in the stretch if you have like tight, like sciatic area, glutes or piriformis. There's a difference when you kind of round over and stretch versus when you can hang onto your knees is when you hinge and almost arch your back a little bit and stretch. That will get much more into, I see my back better. So this stretches into your kind of your upper back quite a bit, but if you go this way, then you're going to get all into here quite a bit more. And you can do that anytime, like sitting in your chair if you cross one leg over the other like this. Now your other knee would be bent. But then if you do that hinging rather than rounding, you're going to get into that piriformis area and your glute medius and the areas that kind of can bother our backs quite a bit more. All in the angle of stretch. I'm just going to unmute you here.
That was a good workout.
You guys did very well.
Thank you. I feel like a pretzel.
What?
I feel like a pretzel.
Oh. Good job.
I worked up a sweat.
Good. I've been trying to keep them, just since it's so much floor and stuff, just trying to keep it moving enough that, you get warm and a little sweaty.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, good.
Working. Yep.
Good. I'm so glad. Well, I'll keep you guys posted as to what I know.
Don't push it,
Well, if I push it, they'll just tell me no more emphatically. So I know there's a line too, but
Well, we just have to be consistent with all of the studios.
yeah, and we're lucky in that, I mean, it's an easy place to sanitize. We do it anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing that will be kind of different is maybe just changing it so people aren't coming and going at the same time and watching like how we get there, like one person at a time, since it's kind of clumpy right there at the front door. But
You could just prop the door open, right? And so you didn't have to sanitize handles and stuff. I don't know, when people are coming and going.
yeah. And then like just, make sure one person is, well in before the next person comes in. So we don't
Thanks so
know.
much.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Have a good day. Thanks for joining, Kathleen.
You very much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.